So, welcome back to a little update video for our normal stocks. As always, I'm using this method here for the tracking. If you want more information, so just watch the weekly recap video. There I explain it really in absolute every detail. The same for every stock I will show today. I will only make short updates. If you want the full explanation of every stock, just watch the weekly update video, just so this video isn't getting that long. So we start with a little newcomer, with Unity engine, just because I heard or I saw on many sites today that because of Vendetta, the movie, tomorrow is November 11, so GameStop will squeeze, which I really don't think so, but it doesn't matter. And this stock will also squeeze because it's an engine for games and GameStop, and you know. So this is still a bullish chart, not a bearish one. But I absolutely disagree that this thing will run tomorrow. So, for the explanation, this is the whole chart from IPO from 2021 till today. So, we are coming from our C, lower high, midpoint T, down to our invisible V under A. For our next targets, our A, which we already did, was here at 446, and after our A pullback, our B would be at 108, over it, on the line, or a little bit under it. And then the only question is, are we breaking all-time highs or not? So for the small tracking, what did we do? For this, here is our V, August 2024. This whole thing here is our higher low. This is our higher low. And this whole thing here is our A. So, why I think we are not running yet? The thing is, okay, let's say for the bullish version first. For the bullish version first, I made a mistake here. I don't see it yet, but okay. Everything over 46.91, and I was wrong, and I have to redo it, and I will say it. If not, this peak here was most likely your lower high. Right, let's make that back. Here, lower high. You could still go a little bit higher, but you are not allowed to touch or break 47.10, the high of this. The next thing you will do is you look for a lower low than this. Here you will bounce, come up to this trend line again. That would be your M. Then, I'm not saying this taking so long. Just I'm only doing this so you can clearly see it. Then you have to do another lower than this. This would be your T. You would again reject off your trend line or somewhere in this here. Then you will go down to your V and A, higher low. Then your next target is 108. Or you will bounce at the 0.5 from your low to your A peak, which is here. You could also bounce here and you don't do V and A. But in my opinion, I strongly believe this is still in the A pullback. And let's see how long it takes. Okay. Will be interesting what the future will look like. Okay. Next one. beyond. Bullish and bearish version, but the bearish version is more like a joke because then it's that. For the bullish version, here the small overview. This is our bullish version here. And we would be right now in the A pullback. So let's see what we have done today. So I said last week and on the weekly recap video, my target is still 88 cents or lower for our BLNK. And I would like to see that before Tuesday after hours because then there's earnings. So, two ways. We knife today and after hours and the whole day tomorrow. How much would it be? 30, 35%, not impossible. Then you still have, in my opinion, the chance to gap up because of earnings. If not, if you are only doing this bullshit during the day tomorrow, I think we will get this drop because of, I don't know, missing earnings, dilution news, whatever. You will get this drop on earnings. Then you bounce high, low, and you go. Or the absolutely untrackable alternative would mean that this was your V and this here is already your higher low and you go. But here is nothing. Just saying. Here is nothing. No 0.5, no A, nothing. So I would still be bearish on this. I mean, okay, it doesn't matter really because we are at 127 right now. Our target is something around 88 to 80 cents. I'm still bullish on this. Our next one should still be 33. If we drop under 70 cents, then dead. Okay? Okay. Next one. Neo. Bullish and bearish. So we start with the bullish as always. Here the overview. We would be in our A pullback right now. So let's look what we have done today. So for the bullish version, would mean we touch the 0.5. We weed out of it. We doing right now a higher low. Breaking over $8, perfect. Our next target is 16 for B. Nothing really to say more. If you break under 620, it's the bearish version, which I lean more to. Here the bearish version. No difference. We're still in the A pullback. Our B is still the same. But, as always, we would have done our M already here. So A peak, little C peak, lower high is already done. This was our M peak. I really don't think we will break this now anymore. And our next thing to do is we break under my B line, so under this low. One bounce, but we rejected this trend line. This would be our T. And then we bounce on the 0.5 and go. Or we bounce V under A and then go. And it would be nothing else than breakout retest of this 4-year trend line. And also it would be a head and shoulders. And it would be the same move, this move here. Same move like in 2020, where you also came from a V, high low, you made the breakout, you did your A, you're forming in head and shoulders, you come back to V under A, breakout, retest, and this would be the move you see next. Okay. Next one, plug, where I made a shout out today, the bullish and the bearish one. So let's look at the overview first. So here's our bullish chart for plug. We would for this still look for a peak. So let's zoom in here. We are still looking for a peak. Why isn't that A? Because we are near the trend line, just because we are still under the trend line. I really think that A is this time a little bit higher over the T line, something $13, $11-ish. So why I did make the letter shout out today? Just because it was earnings today. It doesn't matter that they missed because they missed quite everything. But the thing was, here's our 0.5. And we bounced on it. A little bit under it, but we bounced. And it's the B. We're coming from B. So this could still be our higher low. If so, that's why I made a little YOLO play for weekly contracts for 350-ish. Yeah? So if true, this was our V. This here, right now, would be our higher low. And we would just go. Only because this didn't happen on earnings doesn't mean we couldn't do that the rest of the week. Just saying. But one really important thing. For this, we are not allowed to touch or break 235. If we touch or break 235, then the fib is not our bounce area, and we still have to go V and A, hello, and you go. Your last chance, because just to show that this fib is from here to here, okay? Your last chance is this fib, from this to here. If this B if this B here is maybe really A, just under the trend line, but it's A, then your last chance is this fib. This is your last chance for bounce, higher low, and you go. And then your next target for plug is $31 for B. If you break under 135, then the bearish version is taking place. This is this one here. Here's the bearish version, where you're still not finished with your higher low. The last peak wasn't A, the last peak was T. And you have to do a lower low than 68 cents. If you do, and you have to do a higher low to February 2013, but I mean, in that area, it doesn't matter anymore, right? And then you find your V&A, higher low, and then you go. For this, your next target for A after the bottom is for 20, B is the same, and then you go. So, next one, Fusel, there we have only bullish version till now. Here's the bullish version. As I said, for more explanations, just watch the fully recap video. Today we're only doing the update, what we have done today. For this, we already did clearly our A because we are already over the trend line. And yeah, for the bullish version, this 0.5 here was our V. We are right now in the higher low, and the only thing we have to do is going over 870 for complete confirmation over 1240, and your next target would be 165 for a B. For the still bullish but a little longer version, the fib doesn't matter, and we still have to go to V and A, which would also be just breakout retest. Right now, let's see what happens the rest of the week. I would lean more that this 0.5 is okay. If not, this should, I don't know, mid-end November to at least get the breakout retest. Let's see. Next one, Bed Bath & Beyond, bullish and bearish. Here the bullish one, which I always saying I am not thinking that this is right, but I found something where I at least can say it makes sense. So for the bullish version, we did our A peak. Our last peak was A, and we would be in the A pullback right now. And from the low to our A peak, here's our 0.5, which makes sense. And right now, we bounced on it. This was Thursday, Friday? Yeah, Friday. We bounced at it. So, to be that this is true, you are not allowed to touch or break 649. If you do that, I don't show the bullish version anymore, because then it's really over for the bullish version. So, if this is true, you're forming right now a higher low. You're not allowed to go touch or break this. Your confirmation is anything over 986, and your next target is 36. And then we're taking the 0.5 from here to here, and this would be your B pullback target, and then breaking all-time highs or not. So this for the bullish version. Here is the bearish version, which just means that our last peak wasn't A, it was T, and we still have to look for something lower than 353 or even new all-time low. And as I'm always saying, it's why I'm leaning more to this, just because we broke all my lines. And second, because this movement here is the same like in 2020. You come down, you come down, you come up again, come up again. You're making an M or a W pattern, M or W pattern. Right side is higher, right side is higher, and you knife. Let's see. Earnings is okay. No. Oh, we already had earnings. Okay. I would expect we get the answer in the next 2 weeks, if it's bullish or bearish. Let's see. Next one is grab. Therefore, we only have the bullish version. Here's the bullish version for grab. And I think, yeah, we had a little push today. Let's look how this push looked like. Yeah. For this, I still think this was our M. So we already did it. And the next thing would be maybe you go a little bit higher to this trend line. This would be your M. Then you need a lower low to this. This would be then your T. And then you have again 2 ways. You're bouncing at the 0.5, higher low, and you go, or you're bouncing on the V and A, and you go. It's pretty boring right now. Yeah. And yeah, after this A pullback is finished, your next target is 10. Then pullback, then C. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, next one. BLNK, bullish and bearish. No, only bullish. Okay, so here the overview. And let's look what we have done today. So here also, in my opinion, we already did our A peak. We are a little bit under T, but we are in the breakout, so fine. And here also, which is interesting, there's so many stocks here are in the same place. Here is the fib. The fib from the absolutely low to our A peak, and we knifed to it, and we bounced to it on it. And To be fair, yeah, I could really say this is already the breakout. So this here would be our higher low right now, and we would go up. Looks really good. Everything over $2 would be bullish. Absolutely confirmation over 283. And our next target for Blink is 26. For the alternative, that would mean that this FIP wasn't our bounce, and we would still go, yeah, that's the thing with this stock, we would still have to do V under A here at $1, which is also breakout retest, higher low, and then you go. And everything under 88 cents is bad. Yeah. But this thing looks perfect. Really perfect and really finished. Let's see what happens in the next days. Okay. Next one, AI, bullish and bearish. Here is the bullish one. And I already said that in the weekly recap video. I really have problems or really now to say that this bullish chart is still working. Yeah. We broke my no-no line. Okay, we got a really pretty good bounce, but we weren't able to break over this. I mean, okay. Just to say we have a bullish version. We do this live now. Okay, so for the really bullish version, this was your V and your V under A. This whole thing we're doing right now is your higher low. You're not allowed to touch or break $14. And your next, so this would be your no line. Yeah. And this what you see, lower high, midpoint, yeah. And everything over 2026 is bullish. And your next target is A. A at $30. And most likely you will, oh my God, most likely you get this target, doesn't matter if you're a little bit higher, a little bit lower, breakout retest, and then your B is at 36. Only way I could draw this right now. The thing is, if I micro track this, okay, you have here your V and A. Here is your higher low, here's your A, here's your B, this would be a little C. Then this is your lower high. This would be your M, and this right now would be your T, and you would still have to come lower. But okay, for the bullish version, it's this. For the bearish version, nothing is really changing. This would be still your T. The only difference is that this movement here is the same like this movement here. And we would still be in this here. So can we compare this? Yeah, we could even do that. You see? Wait, let's disappear this. You're coming down. You're coming down. Here. Here. You're coming up. You're coming up. You're making this peak here. This peak here. Then you're coming down higher than this. Close, but higher. And then you have one last rip. This candle here. And I think maybe we could even go a little bit higher. Yeah. But I think we are exactly in this candle here. In this December 13, 2022. We would still do this. Let's see. I'm still for the short term, and that would mean most likely this year bearish on this. But surprises are nice. So, next one. SAVA. Our meme squad under 100% risk play. Again, if you want the full walkthrough, watch the weekly recap video, because there's a lot of to say here. For what we have done today, I already explained that on the weekly recap video. We broke my not to break line, but for still a little bit bullish outlook, I moved the no line down here, because this is still a V under A, so it can be that this was our V. Right now we're forming our higher low, and the next chance for the gap fill is Friday and Monday. If we're still going down and breaking this line again, the 0.5 to this is here at 240. So here would be your second chance to bounce and do higher low, or your last chance is the V under A of this at $2. If we are going to everything of this, it's the bearish version, where we are in this candle already. We will make a new low. This movement will be the next 2 to 3 months till next year. And February, March, something is we have the next chance for for the gap fill, for this gap fill. Right now, it still looks fine. We're just not really moving. Let's see. It still looks okay. It just takes more time. But that's why this is a 100% risk play. But if it plays out, this will be an absolutely burner. So, next one. OCGN. Here the overview, but I think we didn't do anything today. So we're still looking for a peak, which should be higher than $18. And most likely should be at 176. Oh, did we do anything today? Except, yeah, also the same like many others. We are now a little B. We bounced a little bit under the 0.5 FIB. Right now we are holding the higher low, so no change. Everything over 190 is perfect. And our next target, I mean, okay, our big target is 177. Our next target would be something around 12.15, where you go up. Yeah, please go up, breakout retest, and so on. Yeah, but still looks good. Okay, next one, GNS. Only one version, and I think really only one version right now. So here's the overview. We had a quiet movement today, so for the overview, we already did our A and are in the A pullback. So for the bullish version, which not making much sense, is the same place right now like BYND. This is our T. Okay. We made a lower low. Perfect. So this could be our V. We are forming right now our higher low. Everything over 128, perfect. But here is just nothing. That's... Where's the 0.5? The 0.5 is... Yeah, here is nothing. Yeah. So if we bounce here, higher low, and we go, that's a case of untrackable, but everything over 128 is bullish. And we are finished. If not, we still have to go down here. This is the 0.5 and the BLNK. We're doing high low, and then we go. Still looking fucking perfect. And our next target is something between 25 and 200. Let's see. Next one, FFAI. Here's the overview. Here's the complete overview. So, and what we have done today, nothing. Yeah, not really. For this, we are still looking for our A. And all in all, we are still looking for finishing this higher low. This whole thing is our higher low. And as always in the past, this same like GNS, V higher low run. So, but we don't have any lines anymore. We are already under V under A. So we are not allowed to break 87 cents. So this could be already a V. You are not allowed to touch or break $1.09. If you touch or break it, you still have to do a new V under A and higher low. So, yeah, my opinion, we are in the finishing line, mid to end November, most likely. Will be interesting. So, last one is bull. Here is bull. The only stock I had to make a new version of it. So what we have done today, nothing, no. Okay, we did now our new low, perfect. Same as FFE, we don't have any lines down here anymore because we are at all-time low. If this is V, we are forming right now our higher low, so we are not allowed to touch or break 919 to beat this V and A, and then here we go. Bullish confirmation would be $12. Our next target would be 18 for A, and then 33 for B. Yeah, this thing also looks quite fucking finished. Like quite more than half of all the stocks I'm showing. Will be interesting. Okay. If you have questions, write me into the comments. If you wish to see other stocks, you can also write me that in the comments. And if you liked it, give me a like and see you next time.